The Future of Link Building, Sustainable Strategies for 2025 by Peter Mead. He's the head of SEO at Bring Performance. Peter, thanks for joining the conference today.
Thank you.
All that said, hey, you know what? I'm going to tee it up to you. Go ahead and take it away.
So my talk today is the future of link building, sustainable strategies for 2025. Link building is back in style, baby. I guess the question is that, did it ever really go out of style? Well, yes, it did, according to some. Maybe some people never gave up on it, but some people did get scared off. I know a lot of clients did, but we do know that there is, with link building, there are certain risks that get carried with it. I mean, pretty fair to say that if I'm receiving link offers here in my inbox for $5 for a DA92 link, I'm not so sure whether I'm going to take that offer. But yes, we do need links, but we want these links sustainably. And so the sustainable strategy for 2025 is integrated digital PR. So just diving a little bit more about me, Peter Mead, I've been a long-time advocate and supporter of the SEO community, getting involved in lots of community events, meetups here in Melbourne, the Melbourne SEO meetup groups. In general, I'm just an old school SEO guy, passionate about ideas, and I just want to share my experience. And so what would a process? Well, I'm breaking this down into sort of 4 main areas: the research and strategy and development, content creation, optimization, outreach and amplification, analysis and iteration. So let's go to the first bit of this, which is the research and strategy development. So here's where we're defining the goals, aligning them with the audience's needs and behaviors. So I think there's a fair bit here, but I've been thinking about this stuff, personas, all the sort of content marketing side of things, which is typically outside of the realms of the SEO approach. But it's definitely worth it to go through that process of understanding who are the personas, who are you, who is your audience, who are your potential customers. Pick existing customer and work through that. And I mean, there's some tools here. There's a link here. You can go through to the HubSpot. There's plenty of ways of doing this sort of thing, but the more research, the better results you're going to see. The next stage here is the developing content that's optimized for search, highly shareable, and aligns with the PR goals. So this is the content development side of things. There's plenty of ways of doing this. SE Ranking has a great content marketing section in their tools. Surfer has also has the NLP stuff. So the NLP options. I mean, these tools are always helpful. They're great. At the end of the day, though, some of our people are just using Word docs. They're just writing articles because don't want to get too hung up on the SEO side of the article. Outreach is, this can go wrong, but we want to leverage the outreach to earn the backlinks, media coverage, and social engagement. It's not just about getting the links, it's the media coverage, the social engagement, the amplification. There's plenty of ways, there's plenty of tools for doing this. Help a reporter out. Of course, they're going away, getting shut down. I think Cision owns them, but Cision's a bit more of an expensive tool. There's plenty of other tools you can use, even things like LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, Twitter. Just get onto Twitter and search for people. Often their contact details are there. And also, old school, go to Google, get a Google sheet, and just start collecting details. Start small rather than plowing in. So the 4th step here is to measure the performance and refine the strategies based on the data and the insights. We want to improve. We want to look at how well did we do, what worked, and, this going back to this client again and looking into the results over the last 7 days for our client. We can see we had 73 new referring domains in the last 7 days. So there's a backlink checker in SE Ranking, which is really good, but you need to decide what the metrics are that are important to you for your, some people go by DR. Some people think DR's a load of not important. Anchor text, follow, no follow. I think relevance is the biggest, most important metric. Also, I want to see some referral traffic from some of these links. I just think if you're going to get a link just for the sake of the DR, it's on its own. It's not enough. It doesn't make that much sense. there's all kinds of metrics that you need to figure out what it is for you that you consider it to be quality. And the other really important thing here is the team. This kind of project I'm talking about, obviously there's a fair few people in the team here, but when we're talking about, you might take this on as a smaller business, perhaps. You might only have a few people in your team, so you might split up some of these roles, like some of the SEO tasks. There might be one person doing them. You might have, content creator and a writer might be the same person, this kind of a thing. Whatever you decide to do, the takeaways here is I think it's important to remember that Google is in the business of dishing out penalties. If you've sort of seen anything that's been going on lately in the SEO world, you can see that Google goes after the biggest and the best. It's not shy. Just think of risk is what I think is important. But spend time on the research and the strategy. Create the highest quality content you can, because that will help you to attract links. The links will come much easier. Avoid the outreach spam. You want to make sure that your domain doesn't end up on some kind of a MX blacklist, or your emails are all going in the spam folder. Iterate and analyze and iterate on the kinds of things that work, and build your team. So it takes a lot of effort, but above all, enjoy the process. It's a lot of fun. I'm happy to keep the conversation going. Let there be content and links. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. They got a number of questions already teeing up for you. Andrew said, Peter, as Google is increasingly emphasizing user content and entity-based search, how do you see link building evolving to prioritize meaningful connections over traditional metrics like domain authority, which you were already talking about? But that meaningful focus is the relevancy. What would you say to Andrew there?
Yeah, thanks, Andrew, for that question. I think definitely, Andrew, the best approach would be double down on all of the as I said, I had the sort of trifecta there, where it's the digital PR and promotion, it's the content development, but it's also the technical SEO. And I think for me, what I'm really saying to people is work on all aspects of that.
Absolutely. Ethan Wallace has a question. Ethan actually said, thanks. Hey, with AI-generated content flooding the web, how should SEOs adapt their outreach tactics and ensure they're actually building quality links?
Yeah, great, Ethan.
Question.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Some of those numbers, like 96.5% of content never gets any traffic, and
That's
it's just some crazy numbers. You're absolutely right. AI-generated content is flooding the web. Now, of course, we know that this can work, and there's plenty of people who have made the, just using all kinds of programmatic SEO approaches and winning and doing well, and hats off to them. It's great. But what I would say really would be the underlying approach here would be to work on the building PR. We want to be promoting the brand, so that at the end of the day, we want, Google loves brands. Google's kind of got a special place in their heart for brands. And so we want to win the heart of Google by promoting the brand. So I'd be thinking, the long game would be to sort of use that content marketing, use that digital PR, and work on getting that brand exposure in front of people alongside the link, and getting branded links and that kind of thing.
Excellent. And you spoke about the knowledge graph. Last year, there was kind of an explosion, like a 33% growth of the knowledge graph data vault, where it also opened up brands to a great deal, as well as other types of contributors. So that co-citation type of references, the different brand references, are being valued even more in the knowledge graph space. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Even to the point of, help it along a little bit with your entity and your EAT, and do some schema and help it along, and you can get some good results.
Absolutely. Another question from Natalie Ford to finish this off. How do you envision local SEO link building changing in 2025 as search engine results become more personalized and location focused?
Maybe one little takeaway would be, if you're a local business in your local neighborhood, maybe get involved in a local charity and sponsor them and do something and get a link that way. This stuff still works, right? But if you're going to go and, I mean, directory, things like your citations are still really good thing to do, but get onto the quality directories, vet them. Don't get onto any spammy looking directory. I mean, the last thing you should do is be doing bulk directory submissions. I'd be just picking out, a good maybe dozen of good quality directories to be submitting your NAP and your name, address, phone number, and really, but work on obviously we're talking about Google Business Profile here. Of course, there's the Bing places. But when we talk about the Google Business Profile, work on optimizing that as the center of that, the descriptions, the services, the photos, update it with posts, keep it current, make sure you're interacting with people who are leaving reviews. And so, yeah, there's a whole strategy right there, but certainly local link building is not going away. But just, again, don't be spammy.
Well, Peter, it's been a pleasure listening to you, and thank you so much for sharing what you shared at 2 a.m. in the morning. We certainly you kicking off this presentation, this conference today. So thanks so much. And everybody follow Peter on social, and your deck is going to be shared after the program as well. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Aaron.